Hi, I'm Rahul Subramaniam, and I am the CEO at Engineer. For over a decade, Engineer has been at the center of helping some amazing companies like GitHub to create amazing ideas, focus on solving really hard problems, and not worry about how their applications get deployed. We really believe that the future of processing is ARM based. The amazing cost benefits and the amazing processing power is something that is going to be the future. That combined with the AWS services are really the recipe for amazing apps to be deployed in the cloud. As Ruby and Rails developers, we really love the language because it allows us to be in this happy bubble where we can focus on solving these hard problems without having to worry about a lot of the nitty-gritty details. As soon as we go beyond the programming language, it gets incredibly hard and we have to leave our happy bubble. We're looking for developers who can come up with great ideas about how to simplify hard problems and extend the happy bubble to all aspects of the developer workflow. So if you like the sound of that, here's what you need to know about applying on crossover.
Hi, everyone. My name is Zaid. I lead engineering at Wrapbook. I'm based in Toronto in Canada. Today I want to talk to you about Wrapbook, the problem we solve and the opportunity in front of us. I'll also go over our team, stack, and the open Rails, engineering management, and product and UX roles we have. So to start with, let me talk to you about what Wrapbook is. Wrapbook is the easiest platform to onboard, insure, and pay project-based workers, specifically in the entertainment production industry. Our current customers are entertainment productions such as TV series, a commercial, a film, or running a photo studio. We make it fast and easy to sign paperwork, filling time cards, paying workers, and handling compliance requirements. You might be thinking, so what? But here is why this is important and why Wrapbook is different. The industry is project-based. For each project, you have a different set of workers. Workers themselves also work with different production companies for each project. So the first problem that production companies face is that they need to onboard a new set of workers for each project, get their payment information, have the documents signed, and collect the time cards daily. Picture this repeated for 20, 30, or 100 employees. That's a lot of work. And the problem doesn't stop on the company side, on the worker side as well. They get tired of onboarding. They have to sign the same documents over and over again and deal with paper time cards and paper checks. Wrapbook solves all of these problems. And it shows because customers love Wrapbook. Workers get reusable profiles that are portable in between jobs. They have to do less paperwork and they actually get paid and on time. Companies are able to get their projects started sooner with less effort. They can also close their books sooner and pay their workers in a compliant manner. With COVID, the trend towards paperless workflows is also accelerating. These two aspects of Wrapbook combine to create a strong network effect, and that gives us a compounding advantage. The more employers we have, the more portable worker profiles are, the higher the platform value. And longer term, this will allow us to leverage this data to underwrite better insurance for productions and better financial services for companies and workers. And you can see this in our data. More than 28% of workers have reused their Wrapbook profile with 2 or more productions. And we can even see it on the producers with a profile already as well. 14% of them have reused their profile. This is working. And of course, this doesn't mean much if it's not translating into revenue. Last year, despite COVID, our revenue grew 5x. And we've processed more than 100 million of gross payroll volume so far this year. Earlier in the year, we've announced our 27 million Series A funding round led by Andreessen Horowitz. This all demonstrates that we do have a strong product market fit and the growth to back it. We're investing in our team, in our product, and our customers, and we're growing on all fronts. On the engineering side, this year we've grown from 7 engineers to 30 already, and we're continuing to hire and grow. So let's talk a little bit about the Wrapbook team and how we work and our stack. We're a diverse and distributed team located all over Canada and the US. We have an open, communicative culture. We provide each other with good, honest feedback to help each other grow. We care deeply for each other and want to build a culture where people feel like they belong and can do their best work. How do we do that? Here's an example. Every person that joins Wrapbook has an onboarding buddy that helps them get oriented and be familiar to them to answer their questions. When joining a new company, it's not always easy to ask questions in public channels, and often you're afraid of interrupting people if they're busy. The onboarding buddy helps solve that. Beyond our day-to-day work, we have monthly lunches together and throw together events to bring us together through these times. For example, a virtual stand-up comedy night or a live music performance were held to help us spend time with each other. We care to build a cohesive team. We're also hiring. We're looking for experienced Ruby on Rails engineers, engineering managers, product managers, and UX designers and researchers to join us. We have multiple openings for each role. As mentioned, we're growing fast. We started 2021 with just 20 people at Wrapbook, and we're on track to hit 100 people by the end of the year. Please check our careers page, wrapbook.com/careers, where we outline everything from our culture to our interview process and open roles. Let me talk a little bit about our stack. So we're a Rails 6.1 monolithic application. We're on Ruby 2.7 and in the process of upgrading to Ruby 3. We use PostgreSQL, Sidekick and Redis, Stimulus.js, Vue components, CI/CD using GitHub Actions and Heroku. The stack has served us really well and we're very productive in it. Beyond the tech stack, what's more important is how we work together. We follow a lean, iterative approach to software development. We're less about being dogmatic to a specific uppercase process and more about a lean minimalist approach. In other words, we believe in providing a minimum viable process that just provides enough guardrails without hindering people. Our teams are autonomous and empowered to do their best work. This means that product, engineering, and design are equal partners in defining solutions to customer needs and iterating on them. For the month of November, we're giving a $2,000 bonus for anyone that applies and gets hired. I should also mention that we have a very efficient hiring process. So even if you're in the final stages of interviewing elsewhere, apply with us. We'll be able to have you go through the process very quickly. A bunch of us are attending the conference virtually. You can find us and reach out with any questions. We'd love to chat with you. If you'd like to reach out to me personally with questions or to schedule time to meet over coffee or a quick Zoom chat, you can reach me at zaid@wrapbook.com. I'm looking forward to meeting you. Thank you.
Hello, everyone. I hope you're all having a great time at RubyConf. My name is Kevin, and I work on the Ruby infrastructure team at Shopify. Today, we're here to talk to you about what it means to be working at Shopify as an engineer. First, let's talk about Shopify. Shopify is known for e-commerce. It powers over 1.7 million businesses around the world in around 175 countries. Shopify businesses generate $183 billion in global economic activity, As of 2018, there are 1.4 million full-time jobs supported by businesses on Shopify around the world. Shopify makes it easier for entrepreneurs to run, start, and grow businesses. Our goal at Shopify is to be a 100-year company supporting and growing entrepreneurs who are building businesses online and offline. We do this by making commerce better for everyone. To give you a better idea of what this means, I'm going to hand it off to Jenny.
Hi everyone, I hope you're all having an amazing time at RubyConf. I'm Jenny, and this is actually my first RubyConf. Since this is pre-recorded, I'm going to preemptively say that I'm enjoying all the talks and having a great time connecting with some of you. So to make commerce better for everyone, we are working on a wide range of super interesting problems here. You could be working on our product, making our checkout flow better and faster, creating the best fulfillment network possible by implementing smart algorithms, or you can join our production engineering team, making our Kubernetes cluster bigger and faster, working on low-level database optimizations, or just solving a bunch of other infrastructure problems we encounter at Shopify. The list goes on and on, but whichever team you might join at Shopify, you'll probably be working with Ruby and Rails. We have the oldest and largest Rails code base, which dates back to the pre 1.0 version of Rails, which was still distributed as zip files over email. So now I'm going to show you some pretty cool numbers. We have over 2.8 million lines of Ruby in our Rails code base, which is running on the latest version of Ruby and the Edge version of Rails. So no need to work on outdated versions of Rails or Ruby. And as Kevin mentioned, our platform is serving more than 1.7 million merchants and has generated more than 183 billion USD of commerce worldwide. With that scale, ambition, and history brings some pretty interesting challenges. Like, how are you going to make sure we deliver customer value while still maintaining a fast and flexible platform? If Shopify is going to be a 100-year company, we need to make sure that the languages and frameworks we build on are also going to be a 100-year language and frameworks. For that reason, we invest heavily into the future and improvement of both the Ruby language and the Rails framework. That being said, Kevin and I will be sharing a bit about what we're working on to improve Ruby and Rails and how we use these technologies here at Shopify. So I'll be going first. I've been at Shopify for 3 years, and I'm a developer on the Ruby Conventions team. Like many people at Shopify, I got to where I am now in a pretty uncommon way. I started at Shopify right out of high school working as a part-time intern, and I got to experience working on many different teams. I was in the security team helping to run our public bug bounty program. Then I joined our pricing team to create ways to ship smarter and flexible pricing solutions for our merchants' products. And in the beginning of 2021, I joined the Ruby Conventions team. So as mentioned before, our company has a huge Rails monolith serving our core platform. However, there are hundreds of Ruby applications running at Shopify. Some are available externally, like our Shopify App Store, and some are available internally, which our employees use, and some that are more stale and outdated than some others. So to make sure our services are sustainable for the long term, our services must be able to adopt the newest technologies in our Ruby ecosystem, like what's being regularly done in our monolith. My team has been helping to make that process easier for those hundreds of Ruby services. We created and are iterating on tools that can automate changes across our organization's repositories. And with that, we were able to upgrade all of our applications to a more recent Ruby version, and we can use that tool to upgrade applications to future Ruby versions. Our team is also looking to into improvements to the dependency ecosystem to make it more secure for everyone. And with all that, I recently converted to full-time at Shopify because of such interesting and impactful problems we work on and the people I get to work with. In all of the teams I've been a part of, I worked in Ruby and Rails 99% of the time, even though the problems across those teams were super different. Um, you get the chance to work with some really cool industry experts here, especially in the Ruby and Rails infrastructure team. We have a growing number of Ruby and Rails core and committer members. So if you have a question about Ruby or Rails, we have a number of experts here to provide you guidance. And finally, Shopify is just a place that I know I can make a huge impact. Now I'm going to pass it on to Kevin.
Hello again. As I said before, my name is Kevin, and I work on the Ruby infrastructure team at Shopify. I've been working in the Ruby ecosystem since the beginning of my career, but I've been at Shopify for a little over a year, and it has been a heck of a year. It's incredible to work with such knowledgeable folks in all of the areas that I'm interested in. If you have a question about Ruby, there's an entire team and Slack channel dedicated to answering any question that you may have. If you have a question about Rails, we have some of the most prolific Rails contributors of all time ready to help get your issue resolved. This extends beyond code as well. If you're interested in chess or knitting, running, or Pokemon, there's passionate folks around the whole company that are more than willing to chat with you about whatever it is that you're interested in. Shopify as a whole is all in on Ruby and its future. My team, Ruby Infrastructure, is a reflection of that investment that specifically works on the Ruby ecosystem and runtimes. Our goal is to learn from our projects, our experiments, and each other, and share those learnings with the rest of Shopify and the Ruby ecosystem. The project that I work on day to day is called Widget. It's a just-in-time compiler for C Ruby that aims to improve the performance of the R virtual machine. It's a very exciting project to work on, particularly because it's starting to show some really promising numbers for speeding up the reference Ruby implementation. I get to work alongside some great, very experienced and talented programmers as I attempt to glean all the information I can off of them about Ruby, C, assembly, Ruby internals, JIT compilers, and just about everything else. It's really a privilege to work on it. If you want to hear more about Widget specifically, be sure to check out the Widget specific talk here at RubyConf. Over the last year, Shopify has seen a huge amount of growth. Essentially, we're looking to double and keep increasing our engineering team this year, mainly to build the infrastructure to support our growing number of merchants, but also to work on new projects and features like Widget. Like Jenny mentioned, there are opportunities to work on myriad projects. We are a fully remote company and we support employees all around the world. If you're interested in working with us, check out the links on this slide, come stop by our booth, or come find Jenny and me and let's talk. Thanks everyone, and have a great rest of RubyConf.